I have the privilege of welcoming you all here to this celebration of love, of commitment and friendship. We are gathered here today to witness and celebrate the union of Erich and Whitney. We have come together to bear witness to the bond that has grown between the two of them. Today, they will affirm this bond formally and publicly. This affirmation of love is ever more meaningful when shared with friends and family such as yourselves. You are the people who make Whitney and Erich's lives full of love and support. They are so happy to have you here on this special enchanted evening with them. You know, rarely do any of us take the time to travel far away to meet all of our closest friends and family for the sole purpose of celebrating. Every so often, we really do get a chance to experience something that's transcendent. No matter how much we think of ourselves as rational, logical human beings, we have an irresistible drive to forget reason and simply be present and feel something spiritual. And that is something to be cherished, and that's what we're here for this evening. Erich and Whitney have experienced a rare and beautiful outlook on the world. In their eyes, there's something more than the tundra underneath our feet, well, maybe the gravel this evening, and the mountains behind us. There's something deep, something sacred, and more striking. When they join on the trails or at their favorite hangout, it evokes awe and splendor. They are present in the moment. It is indescribable and immense. This is the same feeling that they discovered falling in love with one another. You know, when you're in love, you get to grab a piece of that transcendence and take it with you in your day-to-day life. You don't have to trek to the top of that mountain to feel something important and indescribable. You can feel the beauty and enormity of the mountains in your own heart as they do for one another. And that is really why we are here today. Because love is enormous, and to take even the tiniest piece into yourself and be able to experience and understand that is the greatest gift in this world. Today, we take time to celebrate all of those sublime moments in our lives and to remember just how important love is to all of us. It's days like this that makes it easy to see the magic in the world. At this time, Erich and Whitney have asked for some friends to come in and read some selected readings. So I'm going to invite Sabrina Garcia to come up.
Hello everyone. For those of you I haven't met, my name is Sabrina. And Whitney and I first met a few years ago when I joined the women's soccer team here in Anchorage. And luckily for me, the team that I joined was the same team Whitney was on. And looking back, I can't remember who approached who first, or the first time we hung out outside of soccer. But I do remember all that came after: the hikes, the weekend adventures, the manicures, the cocktail hours. So those were a little blurry. But the long car rides together with never enough time to talk about all the things we wanted to talk about. As for Erich, I was sold after I heard about the presents he bought for Baxter on their first date. It's been so fun to watch their relationship evolve from that fateful Sunday fun day to the couple standing here today. What I really love about Whitney and Erich's relationship are not the grand gestures that we all get to see, but the small acts of love that occur on a daily basis. And it's not only these acts of love, but the comfort, reassurance, and the unconditional support one gets from the other that show how these two have grown in their relationship to become not only a couple, but best friends and partners. I wanted to share a quote about finding your soulmate, which I feel was very fitting for these two. Only once in your life, I truly believe, you find someone who can completely turn your world around. You tell them things you've never shared with another soul. You share hopes for the future, dreams that will never come true, the goals that were never achieved, and the many disappointments life has thrown at you. When something wonderful happens, you can't wait to tell them about it, knowing that they will share in your excitement. They're not embarrassed to cry with you when you are hurting or laugh when you've made a fool of yourself. Never do they hurt your feelings or make you feel like you are not good enough, but rather they build you up and show you the things about yourself that make you special and beautiful. You can be yourself because they love you for who you are. The things that seem insignificant to most people, such as a note, a song, or a walk, become invaluable treasures kept safe in your heart to cherish forever. Laughter is a part of daily life. Things that never interested you before become fascinating because you know that they are important to this person who is so special to you. You think of this person on every occasion and in everything you do. Simple things bring them to mind, like a pale blue sky, a gentle wind, or even a storm cloud on the horizon. And you open your heart knowing that there's a chance it may be broken one day, and in opening your heart, you experience a love and a joy that you never dreamed possible. You find strength in knowing you have a true friend and soulmate who will remain loyal to the end. And true happiness is knowing that they will forever be a part of your life.
Thank you. Guy, would you please join us and share your selected reading for the bride and the groom?
All right, well, I'm really excited to be here today, as we all are. And I've known Eric for a long time now. It's probably been 16 or 17 years. And it's been really exciting to see you two meet each other and see how excited all the guys were when they first saw Whitney, and then that she ended up with the right guy. there was a lot of roostering and things like that. So, but I have to say, all of us who know Eric know what a really great guy he is, and I think all of us have said about 1,000 times that we don't think you could have ever found anybody better. And same goes to you, Whitney. You guys are a great match, and I've learned a lot about my marriage just watching you guys in the last 3 years, and it's been really inspiring. So this reading is not about how great everything is right now. It's about down the road, okay? So it's Captain Corelli's Mandolin by Louis de Bernier. Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have so entwined that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is not the promulgation of promises of eternal passion. It is not the desire to mate every second minute of the day. It is not lying awake at night imagining that he is kissing every cranny of your body. No, don't blush, Eric. I'm telling you some serious truths. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow toward each other underground. And when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two.
Thank you both, Sabrina and Guy. Eric and Whitney, as you proceed into your future, happy and difficult times will surely come as the northern lights dance across our Alaskan sky. As life partners, you promise to weather those changes and difficult times, to take solace and support in one another, and share equally your burdens and your joys. With the blessing of your friends and family here today, as well as those who could not be in attendance, at this time we welcome your own vows of love and commitment. Eric?
I have some hard acts to follow here. Whitney, throughout my life, I've known great joy and great sorrow, up to the point that I met you. Nothing has elated my heart, body and mind, the way that you did the day we first met. Every experience with you has only heightened my awareness of what it means to care for someone, and slowly I'm understanding that my purpose in life is becoming more of a collaboration than a path that I must define on my own. With each moment we share, I'm more thankful to have met you. This very moment is only superseded by the next, when I just keep falling more and more in love with you. It's incredible the anticipation I have for our future and the longing I have to stay in this moment with you forever. That consistent opposition will fuel my undying love for you into eternity. Words cannot express how remarkable and special our relationship is. Here are just a few things that I love you for. I love your cute little sound effects you make at the most perfect moments. I love your infectious, radiant smile and astounding personality. I love your ability to call me out and keep me grounded. I love your ability to imitate velociraptors. I love that Baxter, our cat, turns into a wild animal anytime I leave for a few days, and I have to save you from him upon my return. Most of all, I love that you've made me a part of your life and family as I've made you a part of mine. I will love and respect you always, because not only do you make me want to be a better human being, but your presence inspires me to love more than I knew was possible.
Beautifully written. Thank you so much for those words of love. Whitney, are you ready? Let me take your- Thank you.
Eric William Reed. As I stand here today, reflecting on my life and all that has changed in the past 5 years, I'm drawn most to that moment 3 years ago, standing in F Street with you on the day we met. Now I know I say I wasn't interested right away, but surely I must have known you were the one all along. I recall the world fading away around us that night as we leaned close to each other at the bar, and I keenly interrogated you, asking if you plan to get married one day, if you plan to have children one day, and if you plan to live in Alaska forever. Now I can't say what the future of the latter question will hold, but I am so lucky to say that the answer to the first question is coming true with me today, and the beginnings of the second isn't that far off. I love you with all of my soul, and I'm so happy to get to share my life with you. You are the most amazing partner I could have ever hoped for. I am proud of your character and all that you are. Your heart is so warm and kind. You are resilient and strong. You astound me with the patience and generosity you display every day. And never did I imagine I would meet someone who challenges me like you do, who supports me like you do, and loves me so honestly like you do. Through every stage of our life to come, I promise to always appreciate you and respect you. I promise to honor your heart and your optimistic spirit in this life, even if that means swallowing my realism and allowing myself to be free to fully dream with you. I promise to always try to see the world through your eyes, even when I'm stubborn and think I'm right. I promise to love you faithfully and patiently and without judgment, and to trust my whole heart with yours. Looking ahead to the future, I promise to be the best mother I can be for our children. Because I know you'll be an absolutely amazing father. Thank you for loving me and for loving baby Kitty so unconditionally. And today, surrounded by the people who love us, I give myself to you fully and completely, without hesitation or doubt. And I love you so much, and I'm so proud to stand by your side as your best friend, your partner, and your wife.
Tissue time. Oh. Such a beautiful pleasure to hear all of your loving words for one another. It is now time to exchange rings. Wedding rings serve as a sign that love has substance as well as soul, a present as well as past, and that despite its occasional sorrows, love is a circle of happiness, wonder, and delight. Eric, please present your ring to Whitney and repeat after me. Whitney, I give you this ring as a symbol of my commitment.
Whitney, I give you this ring as a symbol of my commitment.
May it remind you always that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
Can you repeat that? As I get lost in your eyes.
May it remind you always that you're surrounded by my enduring love.
May I remind you that you're always surrounded by my enduring love.
Can we please have the other rings? Whitney, please repeat after me. Eric, I give you this ring as a symbol of my commitment.
Eric, I give you this ring as a symbol of my commitment.
May it remind you always that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
May it remind you always that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
Dear guests, at this time, Eric and Whitney will now step aside to seal their anniversary box, which contains symbols that really symbolize the strength of their relationship and the life that they are going to build together. This beautiful box will be displayed proudly in their home as a reminder of their commitment to one another in celebration of all that's to come, and will be opened with love and care on their 5th wedding anniversary. You may now seal the box. Seal it really good. No trick. Okay. Eric and Whitney, we have now come to the time in the ceremony where 2 simple words will take you across the threshold from being engaged to being married. Eric, do you come here freely and without any reservations to give yourself to Whitney in marriage?
I do.
Whitney, do you come here freely and without any reservation to give yourself to Eric in marriage?
I do.
By the power vested in me by the great state of Alaska, I hereby pronounce you husband and wife, partners in love and life. You may now kiss.